All right, so I'm going to try and make this one quicker than the last one. Holy crap, did I spend 19 minutes talking about someone else's game? Oh my gosh, but I'm having fun. My wife's busy. She's got a meeting, so I'm having fun. I like playing Pokemon. I like thinking about the strategy, so there you go. So for this one, we'll look at the 3 seed versus the 6 seed, London Silvallys, Heart Home Sylveons. Both of these players are extremely talented. I've played James now 5, maybe 6 times in the various leagues because we've taken over for each other's things. I beat him once and have not just lost, but I've gotten obliterated every other time I played. James is just really good. Very, very talented. He also was brave enough to change his roster pretty much completely in the middle of the season. Speaking of changes completely in the season, Heart Home Sylveons completely changed. Blah, 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 took over that team and completely remade it. It's so hard to do well with a team that you remade in the middle of the season from someone else's because every single Pokemon on your team necessarily is something that nobody else wanted. It's like you literally had the last pick of the entire draft. And they've rolled with it and made it to the playoffs. I think there was even, if I remember correctly, I think the Heart Home Sylveons even, let's see, who were they before? Seattle Snoms. Yeah, so they even suffered a forfeit in week 4. They did win week 3, lost week 2. So yeah, so when he took it over, they were 1-3, including just a plain old forfeit in week 4. And then, yeah, were able to do well enough to make the playoffs. Even took a game off foiled, which is not easy to do. So, really, really, truly impressive. Yeah. As you can see, by the way, when did I play? Oh, yeah, look at what the Silvallys did to me. Ugh, it was 2-0. It wasn't that close. The score doesn't tell the story. Also, 2-0, also score doesn't tell the story. Also 2-0. So the best 3 teams in the league, I definitely agree that it's the Silvallys, the Breloons, and the Suicunes. Okay, let's get into the actual matchup. So once again, we're very thankful that these both fit on the same page. Sylveons, man. So this is a really interesting team. So Lando T, obviously with Intimidate. Wait, no, they're not on the same page. Why did I think he was playing the Suicunes? Not playing. I mean, they're on. Oh my gosh. So over here we got Lando T and Scrappy. So double Intimidate. We got Scavalier, Fletchinder, Sharna, Porygon. So obviously this team loves Trick Room, right? Regirock is a Trick Room guy. Scavalier is a Trick Room guy. Rotom Mo is not really fast. Wartortle's not fast. Kangaskhan's not really fast. Lando T is like, it's not fast. It's not slow, but it's not fast. So this is a team that, if it gets Trick Room up, is very, very good. I had a way of denying Trick Room when I played him and won without too much difficulty because this team really likes Trick Room. If you can and I sold all out. I went absolutely freaking all out to deny or delay Trick Room, and that's what you got to do. You can't let Escavalier is so beyond broken if it goes first every turn. It's beyond broken. He's also got Fletchinder, which allows for Tailwind, so that doesnn't help Escavalier. Escavalier's not outspeeding anything. You can like give it freaking like Steam Engine, and it would probably not be outspeeding anything. But yeah, I mean, it helps with like some of the middling speed teams like Rotom Mo, Landorus team, etc. It's a really good team. Presents a lot of threats under Trick Room. Again, Escavalier is so good. Regirock is so good. And Lando T speaks for itself. And then it's got probably the best support mon in the game. I mean, Incineroar is really good too. But Grimmsnarl is just ridiculous. And, Spirit Break is So broken. So with these top 3 mons, you can Intimidate to lower offense, or Spirit Break to do a lot of damage and lower defense. And of course, you also got Screens. Screens are really helpful if you can tell what the opponent will be attacking. But so speak of the devil, you have 4 really powerful attacking threats on this team. Obviously, Butterfree is just no, just kidding. So obviously you've got Lapras and Duraludon. Duraludon's almost invariably special. Lapras, of course, famously can be physical. And if I remember right, when I played James this season, he demolished me with physical Lapras. Physical Lapras is just brutal to deal with, but it's usually special. Marowak is so powerful, and it's a great physical threat. By the way, you don't know how strong Marowak is? So during the last match of the season, yes, it was against a 4 times weak mon, but Marowak was burned and at -1 attack, and it still took Salazzle all the way down to its Focus Sash with just the first hit of a 50 base power Bone Meringue, because the first hit is only 50, right? The second one's also 50. So with 50 base power, burned -1, and it took a fully evolved Pokemon down to its Focus Sash. Marowak's good. And then, of course, the other offensive threat is Cinderace. Really good. Pretty much only physical, right? But it's really good. He picked that off me, took it instead of Moltres, which was just super good. Yeah, but I had to redo my team because after losing to him and everyone else by huge margins, I was like, okay, I just can't make Cinderace work with this team. Cinderace plus Hail is not working. And so he snapped that up and he's like, okay, I'll make Cinderace work, and rode it to 3rd place in the league. So Hitmontop is so good because Intimidate and Fake Out, and it hits pretty well. It can take a hit reasonably well. Butterfree, it is technically the Gmax form, but mostly for Rage Powder. Comfy has Ally Switch. It has Trick Room. It is the king of proccing policies. It can proc a policy on Lapras very easily. Could technically proc a policy on Cinderace depending on how it changes. Cinderace could use a Max Dark or Sucker Punch or something, and then Comfy can proc it the next turn. Though I wouldn't. Cinderace is really not bulky. You're not going to want to take a Draining Kiss from Comfy. A stab Draining Kiss. That's not fun. Technically, it could. Just a lot going on here. And then if it's not enough, he's also got Jolteon, which can totally be a Dynamax threat. Really good defensive pieces in Magmar or type Null. Again, just really, really terrifying team. So if I'm the Sylveons, I'm looking at this team and I'm thinking, okay, there's nothing that really punishes Intimidate. The problem is there are Pokemon who don't really care about Intimidate, special attackers. And Marowak, who is strong enough even without it. If I'm James, the fact that I'm almost certainly going to get Intimidated probably is going to dissuade me from running physical Lapras. Probably the only physical threats I would. I don't know who exactly he'd bring, but if someone could go special, I probably would have him go special. Because of that, Grimmsnarl, I think was going to prioritize Light Screen. For this, it's going to be a question: how is he going to guarantee Trick Room? This game's going to come down to, can he guarantee Trick Room? Because none of these Pokemon are that great in Trick Room except for Marowak. And Marowak can't do much against Lando T that comes in and intimidates it. Obviously, Marowak destroys Regirock. I think Marowak and probably Hitmontop are must-brings for the Silvallys, because in fact, all of these threats, except for Masharna itself and, Rotom Mo, all of these threats are physical. So I think Hitmontop with Intimidate is darn near obligatory for James. And so, the question is, how are you going to set with knowing that the other guy is bringing a fake out user, who's faster than Scrafty, by the way, although probably will get outsped. Well, no, it doesn't. Lando doesn't run. See, yeah. So Hitmontop will probably be faster than Grimmsnarl and Scrafty. So then how do you, if they've got the faster fake out, how are you going to deny, or how are you going to make sure you get Trick Room? Marowak is going to be James's probably stopgag of like, oh shoot, I couldn't stop Trick Room from going up. But honestly, he might actually have better luck just having Comfy and being able to reverse the Trick Room. I'm sure Spiritomb also gets Trick Room. Duraludon could be really powerful here because even though some of his Pokemon do get like Ally Switch, Duraludon isn't fooled by Ally Switch, right? Stalwart follows. But can he one-hit KO Musharna? I don't know about that. So I think, this is going to come down to, can he deny Trick Room? And Butterfree is really good at that, right? With Sleep Powder. Hitmontop is really good at that with Fake Out. I gotta check. I gotta check speeds. What's Hitmontop run? Hitmontop is base 70. Scrafty is base 58, which is slower. Grimmsnarl. I know Grimmsnarl's slow, but is it slower than base 7? It is. So if he's running max speed, it doesn't have to be max speed. If he's running Jolly and a good amount of investment in speed, he'll be able to outspeed and have the fastest fake out no matter what. And I think being able to fake out before Grimmsnarl is going to be so important. Almost might be worth running like Choice Scrafty just to be able to fake out Hitmontop before he fakes out you. Although then you're running Choice Scarf Scrafty. No, but then you could Dynamax it the next turn once you're under Trick Room. So I think that's going to be the key, is can he get up Trick Room? And I think James has enough resources to either stop that with Sleep Powder, etc., or to just use like Comfy and reverse the Trick Room. But yeah, I don't have much else to say on this. So if I were the Sylveons, I think I would literally run Choice Scarf, Fake Out Scrafty, just to be able to outspeed, stop Hitmontop, and be able to do it alongside Safety Goggles Musharna. And that should be able to get Trick Room up. And then of course you max Scrafty, you have a Scavalier in the back, probably Lando T. I would not bring Regirock. It's so bad against Marowak. Cinderace runs fighting. I just don't think this is the game for him. I might bring Rotom-Mow, although what's Rotom-Mow gonna do for you? So this is the one downside, right? Is once you've got your mode going, it's hard to fill up this team. But yeah, an alternative mode could be Grimmsnarl, like something like, especially if you can see coming if you can see a weakness policy setup coming, Grimmsnarl can't trick away the weakness policy before Comfy procs it, but you can trick an eject button, for instance, on. So I might run eject button Grimmsnarl, and with like Light Screen, Spirit Break, maybe Fake Out. You could do that, and then again, if you pair it with Choice Scarf Scrafty, it could get an attack off on Gmax Lapras before it does anything, or whoever. I guess, Comfy can't proc anyone else's policy. Technically, it could proc Marowak's policy, but if you're running weakness policy on Marowak, like, go home, and just stop playing Pokemon forever. Anything else? Yeah. So then if you're James, then you'd have to think about it. You'd have to have a backup plan in case you can't deny Trick Room, because I think there are things that the Sylveons could do that will hurt them but guarantee Trick Room. And so yeah, that's going to be the thing, is how can you hurt them? You could definitely run Cinderace. Oh, Max, can Max? That's a question. Hang on, I gotta figure this out. Sorry. I love doing this. Like, this is fun for me, right? Like, I would rather do this than play the Pokemon game. So I'm gonna stop feeling dumb. So balancing on the Gmax Lavero, so level 50, and then against Masharna, we have Physical Wall, which we have max Physical Bulk Masharna, but it would have safety goggles, because otherwise Sleep Powder is just totally free into it. I guess you could run Lumberry as well. Lumberry might actually be better because it covers other stuff just in case. Yeah, and it's not like you need to be afraid of Rage Powder or whatever. But anyway, so Cinderace, Sucker Punch, and a level 50. What's level 50? We got Life Orb. There's why in the world would you run Jolly against a team like this? You run Adamant. So Adamant, Max Darkness, almost always one-hit KOs, abso-freaking max bulk Masharna. So that'd be the only thing, is like there's no way you can EV to survive this. So that's an extremely important calc. And so yeah, have a backup plan if that happens. Maybe protect. Maybe if this happens, maybe protect Masharna. Although it's still going to do so much. How much would it do through protect? Yeah, a quarter, right? Because protect cuts it by 75%, and then attack with the Scraggy that you're leading with, because what's Scraggy? Scrafty. So if you're running 252 and you're if you're Adamant, Scrafty, close combat, yeah. So if he does do that, then and you call it. Wait, why am I'm so dumb. Yeah, sorry, level 50. So you're only going to do that much damage. So maybe, wait, no. But if it's dark, yeah, so then you're doing like 74. And if you had Life Orb instead, no, you'd be Scarf. Sorry, you'd be Scarf. So you could do this, and then yeah, if he's dark, it's not bad. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. And then you protect, obviously, and then yeah. But then who's he got next to Cinderace, right? Who can really help? And so I think Cinderace is a really good Pokemon. I really regretted leaving it or losing it, but I needed something. Okay. Why is my alarm going off? Cool. All right. So anyway, so that's my report on this. I think everything's going to come down to, can the Sylveons get up Trick Room? If they do, though, here's the thing. It's so bad for the Silvallys, right? If he gets Trick Room up, unless the Silvallys have Marowak in the back and are able to underspeed anyway. The problem is Marowak can't do anything. It can't like run an Iron Ball because it needs its item. But yeah, Scavalier's so freaking good. And he's got nothing to hit it with fire unless he brings Magmar, which is, that's not a bad decision. If I'm the Silvallys, I'm definitely bringing Comfey, Cinderace, Butterfree, Hitmontop. I think that's obligatory. Either Lapras or Duraludon, and then Marowak. Duraludon's super cute. It's a cute idea, and a special attacker is really nice. But I mean, when the other side's got Lando T, I don't know how you give up your ice type attacker, right? And by the way, one cool tech you could run with the Hitmontop It's so dumb. You could totally run a jetpack. So then you get an Intimidate off and you bring it in, and then it ejects it, and you can bring in whoever you want to respond to their lead, because there's almost no way the Sylveons aren't leading with Intimidate. And so I just think that'd be a cool idea. And you get your free -1, and then the other guys, and then it drops. I think that's how it works, in fact, at least. I actually don't know how it works, because what if this dude is Scarfed or he just has Lando? Would Lando's Intimidate set off Hitmontop's eject pack before Hitmontop's Intimidate even activates? That is an interesting question. Anyway, it's gone long enough. Good luck, James. Good luck, blah, blah, blah. You both have absolutely terrifying teams, and I'm really glad I'm on the other side of the bracket from you. I get to be with the absolutely terrifying teams that I'm going to talk about in the next video. And then if I win, I get one of the absolutely terrifying teams up ahead. So anyway, this is going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to watching it. James always brings great stuff. Blah, blah, blah is obviously an incredibly talented player. So have fun, y'all. And yeah, peace.